Hello everyone, and today I am back with the second lesson in our, I don't know how many part lesson, on intermediate programming in the programming language of Turing. Now today, earlier today, for the last episode, we looked at put commands and the different functions and applications for them. So we looked at the put command itself, we looked at the double dots at the end, and we looked at the skip command for put. Now, something I forgot to mention was you need to put the put command. If you want to write text, you have to put them in quotation marks. Now, something else I'm going to quickly say is that when you're using numbers, if I write put 3, it will put the number 3 without quotation marks, but only if you want characters other than numbers. Now, something else I can do is I can put 3 plus 5, and then that'll also come up, but these are under math problems, and that'll come up like algorithm and other arithmetics and things. Those are going to come up in another tutorial. Now, today we're going to be covering 3 commands, and these are pretty much the bases and the most important: variable, constant, and get. Now, all 3 of these are very important for certain programs to run. Right now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the variable one first, just so that it's the most important one that we have to learn. Variable, if you've already taken math in high school or even some middle schools have the math with it, variables are a certain character or digit or something that will store the information that either the computer programmer gives it to it or the user gives to it. So this variable what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a variable by typing var, and then I'll set the name of the variable, which I'll make input, and then I have to set a type. So I can make it one of 3 things: integer, real number, or, if you can guess, string. Now, I'll show what all 3 of these do, but as a quick example, variable, when I wrote variable input, this basically means that I've declared input to be a variable that can be changed. Now, variable does mean change. So now if I go down here, just to show off what the get means, get, if I write get input, the computer will wait until the user has typed in the input variable. Now, we're going to have to set what that variable can be, and that's what we're going to do right now. So right now I've written variable, or I've set my variable to be variable input, and right now this is not it. This tells nothing to the computer. It's going to give you an error message if you run it. It'll say, well, there was one error. Now, right here what we want to do is that we want to put colon, and then we want to put one of the 3 things I told you: integer, real number, or string. Now, if I put integer, it's gonna wait, and it's gonna say that input is actually a whole number. So that's what an integer is. If I say variable input is a real number, input can be a decimal number. It can be any number with a decimal, and as many decimals in places as you want. So that's what input is. Now, I can also say that the variable input can be a string, and that means string is a line of characters. So I can, if I let the user get the input variable, then if I write string, they can type in letters, numbers, or periods, or any character you can see on the keyboard, basically. So right now we're going to start with integer, and since we already know what it does, I'm going to move on to the get command because you need it for variables. Now, you could set the input variable to equal to a certain number, but we're going to right now just let the user input the variable. So right now I just did this, which means this colon equals means equals to, so that's used for making variables equal to a certain number. So we're not going to get into that right now. Now, the command I was going to show you is get. Now, when I write get input, it tells the computer, okay, you're going to want to wait until the user types in gets the get input, and until they type in the variable for input, you do not continue with the program. So this is the variable, and this is the get input. Now, if I run this, it's going to show the stuff we wrote earlier, and now it's going to wait over here, and what happened? If you see, it's waiting for me to type something in. So now, if I want input, it has to be an integer, or else if I type in characters, then it'll say up here finish, because it won't work, because it's not, and the characters are not integers. Integer has to be a whole number. So if I write 10, then since there's nothing after input, it just stops the program. But I can write put, and oh my god, what's going on? Put, and then in quotation marks. I can't put. Wait, did I just mess up? I don't know what. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so I can write here put in quotation marks, like I said before. The input variable is, I'll put a space there, end the quote, put a comma, because I'm starting a new command, and then I'll put a right input, and then that is the variable. So now it'll say the input variable that you typed in is, and then it'll display the input. So now if I run this, if I type in the variable, I'll make it 10. The input variable is 10. So that is basically what just happened. Now I can make this real number, and if I make this 10 point, or here's a better one, 3.14, which is pi, and the input variable is 3.14, and that wouldn't have worked with integer. But now if I type in string and run this, I can say hello. Now, there is one thing that's going to be different with this. If I take this and run it again, and I want to write a sentence, so since it's string already, I'll say see you later, like I did up here. It'll only put C, and the reason this is because this variable, or this get, only gets the input that it only gets input that is one character long, without a space. Okay, or not one character, it's without a space. Now I can put colon, asterisk, and then now if I run this again, it says see you later, I write see you later, and then now it'll say the input variable is see you later. So now it took in every character that was there, no matter there was a space or not. So that's basically it for this. I didn't actually do constant yet. These are the most important. Like, I'm pretty sure variables are the most important command that you'll ever need to use. So one more thing before I go, I am gonna set a constant. Now a constant is a constant is a variable that, it's not a variable, it's a number that you set as a programmer, and what you do with it is that you say that if I say, well, if I want to come up with a number such as pi, you can't change pi. Pi is pi. Now I'm gonna say pi equals, and constant means it cannot be changed. So I'm gonna say pi equals 3.14159265459. I remembered pi. Yeah. So I just said to the computer, keep pi, the constant pi, as this number. It cannot be changed. So now I can do other things like put it into a equation, like I was gonna do before. Now I can do pi plus, where's the plus button? Plus 10. Okay, so I can say now pi plus 10, and then it'll give me the answer after I give that variable. I'll say whatever the variable is. Now it says put pi plus 10, and it gave me 13.1415929 because I said pi, which is 3.14, plus 10, which becomes 13. So that's basically it. It's just constants are really easy to use, and they're very good for storing a digit that you don't want to be changed or something. So that's it for this tutorial, guys, and I'm taking a lot of time, and I'll see you later. Peace.